Hello, another quick video from me. This is becoming almost a regular thing. I just wanted to do a really quick video about the Who Do You Think You Are with Josh Widdecombe that was on this week on BBC One and is also available on iPlayer. I'm just going to say, if you have not read Judas Kiss and you want to, do not go any further with this video because it will reveal some quite major plot points to the story and characters. But if you have read it and you sit there thinking, I know these are connected, but I can't remember how and why, this is how. So the documentary with Josh Widdecombe had him revealed as, I think it was the 14 times great-grandson of Mary Boleyn, who was, of course, the sister of Anne Boleyn, mother of Elizabeth I. Mary Boleyn had two children. She had Catherine Carey and Henry Carey. And she was married to a man called William Carey. But it is also known that during the time of her marriage, she was also the mistress of Henry VIII. If you looked at the images that were produced of Elizabeth I's Lettice, Catherine Carey's daughter, and Catherine Carey, there is a fairly unmistakable likeness between the three ladies. They all have the red hair, they've got the same face, same sort of facial features. It is quite clear. You don't need a DNA test necessarily to show that they have some very strong family genetics and not just Boleyn. But also Henry Carey is believed by some historians to have been the son of Henry VIII as well. And it's sort of anecdotally been mentioned that when he was at court, he was always likened physically to a young Henry VIII. And again, if you go online and look at pictures of William Carey and a young Henry VIII, there is a strong likeness. He apparently was quite tall, like Henry. Henry was nearly 6'1". Built very similar to a young Henry, not old fat Henry. So it was kind of muted that he was also the son of Henry VIII, which is, well, illegitimate son, which is where I picked up my thread of the story. So Josh Widdecombe is descended from Helena Carey's father's sister, so her aunt. And in the book, sort of about the midway through the historical section of Judas Kiss, Helena runs into the gardens of Hampton Court Palace and she's crying because her aunt has just died, and that aunt is Catherine Carey. And so that's the connection. So Josh Widdecombe is Helena Carey's cousin many times removed. So if you're ever going to watch this, Josh, welcome to the Judas Kiss family. That's it really, but I thought it was a really interesting documentary. If you haven't seen it, it's really interesting, and watching his face as each layer is revealed of his family history, because, you know, he's like, I just hope it isn't boring growing up in rural Devon where there was only 4 kids in his class at school, to finding out where his lineage goes back. It's really interesting, but it's also interesting on the side of where history meets fiction. And is it fiction? Speak to you later.